So that's why I say intention is really important, and you don't just want to go crazy and do everything. The more focused you can be, the better. Because then also what can happen is that you can take the time to recognize what happens as a result of what you just did. Okay, so I clean out this room with the intention of improving my marriage, for us to become closer together. So now, over the next week or so, let me pay attention to what changes. Do things start to get better? Do things start to get worse? What's happening? So then when you start to see what's happening, that can tell you what your next step will be. Okay, so first of all, you want to see what's going on in each of these areas. Or I would take, you know, if you have one area of life right now, you say, that's the area I really want to focus on, then start there. Start in just that area and don't try to do the whole thing. You know, every area is important. It's just as important as the next, and they all need to be strong and balanced. But you don't want to get overwhelmed with it. You want to take things slowly and let things unfold slowly. And when you do start to make change, be prepared for the fact that what you expect to happen may not be what happens. You know, I've worked with people who want to get a promotion in their current job. I'm thinking of a woman I worked with who wanted just that. All I want is a promotion in my job, you know, a better salary. And then 2 weeks after she had worked through the suggestions, I bumped into her and she said, it's not working. So I said, well, why? She said, well, I've just been told I'm going to be laid off. I said, well, actually, I think it is working. And if you can try to stay positive about it and just believe that this is happening because it's right and that there's something better out there for you and it's going to come to you, if you can keep that focus, yeah, I think you're going to be okay. When I saw her 2 weeks later, she was over the moon. She had been offered another job in another state, a lot more money, a lot more responsibility. And the best thing was, you see, she didn't actually like the house she was living in. She inherited it. She'd grown up in that house, did not have happy memories there. And so she not only got to have a new job, she got to get a new house, and just, it's, you know, the vision, what happened for her was much greater than her vision for herself. So be prepared for things to not be what you expect, but stay focused on what your intention is, and you will go in that right direction. So once you've identified what's happening there now, if there's anything obvious, like this is your junk room, or you know, this is an area outside and it's overgrown, or there's weeds, then obviously that needs to be taken care of. So if it's something like that, if it's whatever it is that's obvious, take care of that first. Then you can start to look at, how can I enhance this area to now improve this part of my life? And
quick question, what about
yes.
in some of those areas, like say there are bedrooms that belong to your son and your daughter, you really don't have control over? How do you pursue your intentions with those areas?
That's a good question. You know, what do you do if somebody else has the room here and you can't really work on your love and marriage area because it's a teenager's room or something? That's when you need to start looking at that area in other rooms. Okay, so when it's a space that you can't do anything about, it's just like you, when you're living in a room and you know the room is the only thing you really have control over, then that's what you work with. So you work with the space that you have available, but if you can't do anything in one of these areas because it's missing, because it's somebody else is in that room, then I would start to look at those areas in as many rooms as you can. If that starts to get overwhelming, I would focus on your bedroom first. Because if the front door is the most important part of the house, your bedroom is the most important room in the house. It is the room that's closest to you. It has the biggest impact on you. So any changes that you make there are going to I guess, start things moving sooner, if you like, than anywhere else. So if you can't do something in a particular area, look for the next area relative to that. Okay.